Hey guys, what's going on? It is Dan Lags, and in this video I wanted to talk a little bit about Call of Duty. So, it's been a while since I've done a Call of Duty video, and I'm here actually playing some Black Ops 3. I know this isn't the most recent Call of Duty that's been out. In fact, I am going to be talking about Infinite Warfare throughout most of this video, but I'm playing some Black Ops 3 in this video. Funny enough, I actually went back and played a few games of Black Ops 3. One of my friends wanted to go back and play it. So I was like, alright, I'll join him, and I played like 2 games of domination. This was actually, funny enough, the first game I played after not playing this game for about 2 months or maybe 3 months now. And man, it just feels like riding a bike on this game. I played it quite a bit last year. So after going back and playing Black Ops 3, after playing Infinite Warfare, which is a pretty similar game in terms of like the movement and how everything works, there actually were some differences that I noticed. I actually feel, and this might sound a little crazy, I actually feel that the movement in Infinite Warfare, in terms of like the boost movement and everything, actually feels a little bit more smooth and a little bit more fluid than Black Ops 3. I don't necessarily think that's like a good or a bad thing. I think that the movement should be as nerfed as possible. That way it's not completely in the air. And I think Black Ops 3 did a good job with that. But I could definitely tell going back and playing Black Ops 3 that you don't move as quickly, you don't slide as fast, you don't mantle as quickly as Infinite Warfare. And that was pretty interesting. But yeah, I have this Black Ops gameplay just because I don't really have any Infinite Warfare gameplays to put up. Not because I'm struggling, just because the game doesn't have theater mode. So it's really not smart for me to waste hard drive space by just recording endless games of Infinite Warfare when it's just, you know, videos on my second channel. So, you know, obviously not the main game that I play. So I just play Infinite Warfare for recreation pretty much. I haven't really been making too many videos on it. Plus, the game isn't that popular, so I figured making videos is not really that not really as interesting as like last year when Black Ops 3, that game was a lot more popular. So but I wanted to talk about some things in this video that could you know, improve Infinite Warfare, make the game better. Infinite Warfare, for me, I actually I like the game. It's pretty fun to play, but it doesn't have that Black Ops feel like last year where the game was like addicting. I was playing Black Ops 3 like non-stop for the first like 4 or 5 months the game was out. Really enjoyed that game, and I just don't have that same exact feel with Infinite Warfare. Like, I don't really like get on the game that much. I haven't played Infinite Warfare nearly as much as I did Black Ops 3 for the first few months. And yeah, so it's just like there's just things about Infinite Warfare that make me not want to play it as much as Black Ops 3. And I guess I can start to explain those things. I have like a little list of things that, you know, about the game that I don't necessarily, you know, think are that good and think could be improved. Overall, Infinite Warfare is pretty similar to Black Ops 3, but I still want to make these points here. So the number one thing with Infinite Warfare, and it kind of relates to like this movement that I was talking about earlier in the video, and the sliding in Infinite Warfare is really insane. I don't know if any of you guys who have played that game have noticed how insane the slide is, but when you're going up against a player who's sliding in like a close range gunfight, they literally their body gets cut in half almost, and to the point where they're so close to the ground it looks like Chase Utley sliding into second base. It's insane. And like, I think they should definitely nerf that. Like, first off, that is one of the most annoying things. I don't see that many people talking about that. The slide is way too good in Infinite Warfare. It completely cuts your hitbox in half. It's very hard to hit people that are sliding. Didn't really have that problem in Black Ops 3. So if they nerf the slide even just a little bit in Infinite Warfare, I think that would be a good change. And these are like 5 things, by the way, that I'm going to mention. No particular order, just things that I've noticed about the game after playing it for like 2 months now. The next thing has got to be the score streaks. In Black Ops 3, the score streaks were great. You're going to see actually in this gameplay all the classic Black Ops 3 score streaks on display. You got the Wraith, the Raps, the Hater, and there just really aren't that many great score streaks in Infinite Warfare. You have the Advanced UAV, which is basically a bootleg Hater. It's just a really bad version of it. And then, of course, you have the Warden, which is, again, kind of like a bad version of the Wraith. So, you know, Infinite Warfare just doesn't have the streaks that I like. There's no, like, dogs or Raps type of streak in Infinite Warfare. So it's just, I don't know, I feel like they just didn't really spend a lot of time on that in development, and the streaks just aren't that great. I wish they would buff those. I wish they would add more streaks to the game, more than just, honestly, the ones that are in the game aren't that bad. Like, I don't think they necessarily need to be buffed. It's just the streaks that are in the game aren't that cool. Like, I wish they had a dogs or something like that in the game. That would be really awesome. Next thing is the SMGs. In Infinite Warfare, I noticed that the SMGs are super bad. Not the movie, but in terms of their balancing. Earlier on in the game, I thought they were pretty good, but then the more I played, the more I realized that they lose aim assist after range. And they really just can't compete with a gun like the K-Bar, for example, which I think is the best gun in the game. That gun might as well be an SMG. That thing is pretty good at almost all ranges. It outclasses almost every SMG at every range, and that goes for the OSA as well. And I believe those are the two guns that are mainly used in the competitive scene on the first tournament of Infinite Warfare, which was in MLG Vegas. Pretty much all the pro players were using the K-Bar and the OSA. You didn't see a single SMG being used throughout the whole tournament, and that is a big problem when it comes to balance. I wish they would buff the SMGs, because those are actually my favorite types of guns to use. I used to love using the VMP and the Kuda in Black Ops 3. Can't really use SMGs that much in Infinite Warfare and expect to compete with other players using these super insane ARs. Fourth thing would probably be Ghost. Ghost took a step backwards in Infinite Warfare. In Black Ops 3, you had to be moving around constantly for Ghost to work. If you wanted to stay off the radar, you had to be running around. Not in Infinite Warfare, you can sit in a corner all game long. People will be calling in UAVs, and they will have any idea you were there. Luckily, they did make a change, and they made it so the advanced UAV does show Ghost players. That was a very very good change that they made. But still, Ghost needs to be changed, so you have to be moving at least a little bit for it to take effect. The last two Black Ops games have done that, and it's been very successful, and it's been very balanced. And I think that Infinity Ward needs to just basically, the moral of the story of this video, Infinity Ward, the developers of Infinite Warfare, they need to start learning from Treyarch. Please learn from Vonderhaar. Vonderhaar is the Lord and Savior of Call of Duty. That dude knows how to balance a game. And Infinity Ward, I don't know what they're doing. They just keep on releasing these unfinished, unbalanced games. Same thing with Ghost. That game was very unbalanced. And my last complaint is the fact that there's no combat record in the game. I think this is everyone's complaint that I've seen. But they make sure that the supply drops are in from the first week. But there's still no combat record and no leaderboards. I just think that's pretty unacceptable. This isn't like necessarily the reason why I don't play the game as much. The main reason why I don't play it as much is because my friends don't really like it, and it's not that fun for me to play solo. I mean, I would play the game more if my friends played it more, but that's just not how it has worked out this year. We played a lot more Black Ops 3 as a party, which was a lot more fun. But I just wanted to make a Call of Duty commentary since I haven't made one in a long time. Just talk about everything regarding Infinite Warfare and stuff like that. So if you guys want me to make more, leave a comment. Thanks for watching, everybody, and peace out.